Hey, good morning. How you doing out there? Happy Friday. So we made it to the end of the week, and I tell you, yesterday we really didn't see a whole lot of rain except for our coastal areas. Now this morning was very interesting. While our entire west side stayed dry, so if you woke up from Katy to Cypress, Jersey Village, dry. Anywhere from Conroe to Spring, dry. And even Fort Bend County into Wharton County, even though you're under that flash flood watch, most of that rain is on the move. I'm going to show you that here in a second. What we did see though, right along the east side, so 610 eastbound, I-10 eastbound, and the Gulf Freeway, so right around that interchange there. Look at these totals. Just over the past 6 hours, our rain accumulations were above 3.5 inches of rain. Now, these are radar estimates, but it was really blinding, pouring rain. 2 inches of rain once you head into Liberty County over the past 6 hours. Closer to the coastline, Galveston got a little bit of a break. I bet you saw over an inch of rain here. Then portions of Chambers County kicking off to the east, about 1.5 inches to once you head into Louisiana. Look at some of these big totals that they've just seen for this morning. That's almost 6 inches of rain in a 6-hour period, but we've been mostly dry again on the west side. So really dependent on where you woke up this morning. So any of the warnings that are going on right now are all eastbound into Louisiana. This morning, the thunderstorms that produced the quick 3.5-inch rainfall total that I showed you here on the east side, that is now pushing into Liberty County and moving pretty quickly. So I don't think that's going to be a concern or a threat. What I'm watching though for the future is all the development just offshore. So the deep tropical downpours that are offshore that are starting to slide right along our coastal areas. These are areas to watch. They're going to work mostly to the east, so it'll still be predominantly for our eastern counties that'll see the highest rainfall totals. But right now, notice how we're lit up. Now, eventually, this is all going to work south to north, but as it does, it'll break up a little bit, and some of this energy is going to kick off to the east. So areas west of town, it'll probably be an isolated thunderstorm to an isolated shower, a better chance for higher accumulations east of 45 and south of I-10. 59 heading into Shepherd. This is coming out of Cleveland. You've got a nice little soaking shower right there. And I thought I would take our quad box. I'll show you all the live shots all around town. So showing you Galveston. I know this will be a popular spot this upcoming weekend for the holiday weekend heading into the 4th. Even though you are soggy, sloppy this Friday morning, it's going to really clear up this upcoming weekend. Take a look. Speaking of the 610 loop there towards the Galleria, notice the clouds in place, but a lot of you waking up like this. Clouds, but still dry. Enjoy the 80s while they last. Today is our last break of the heat. And then Missouri City. Now we have seen a few passing showers here. We had a nice rainy camera earlier this morning coming out of Missouri City. At this point, it's just the cloud cover in place. So throughout the day today, clouds. Clouds are going to keep temperatures in the 80s. I do think about 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain with isolated spots slightly higher than that. Isolated spots lower than that, especially areas north and west. You'll probably only pick up hopefully 1/4 inch of rain. Not much rain there. I think some of the high water spots will be few and far between with just these isolated downpours to give us those quick 1 to 2 inch rain accumulations. Heat builds this weekend, and then you can expect area-wide all over Texas and especially Southeast Texas, a hot 4th of July. I'm going to show you that forecast here in a second. Now your hour-by-hour forecast, it's 8:07 right now. I think between 9, 10, 11 o'clock, we'll stay about the same. A few showers will be possible. I think similar though, more clouds, and then little pops of that sunshine will create some daytime heating, and that will help to fire up an isolated thunderstorm or two where we could pick up about 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain. I think our latest future track model has the timing just about right. Here's your lunchtime hour. This is 12:30. An isolated thunderstorm here or there, even north of I-10. But notice how the coverage is not area wide. So it's very isolated in nature with the big chunk of the heaviest rain falling in Louisiana. Now, if any of you are watching right now and your plan was to travel into Louisiana, if you can give this some time, I mean, even getting into your Saturday, this rain is going to be out of here and it's going to start to let up. Now, some of these feeder bands we've been showing you from that tropical upper area of low pressure, so did not develop into a named storm. We're not expecting even a depression, so the chances are really low. It's just the bulk of that moisture did go into Louisiana. If that would have set up here locally, boy, we would have been in a real different story this morning. So that's why some of these accumulations were really difficult to forecast early on in the week. Throughout the day, though, I do still think we're going to see these isolated downpours. So I would grab the umbrella. I would also pack your patience because midday through the evening, this is 8:30, an isolated thunderstorm will be possible. We stay pretty quiet overnight, and that leads us into our Saturday morning. So that's going to give us the chance maybe for an isolated shower or two, but we're still fairly quiet tomorrow morning. You fire on some daytime heating. We'll also fire up some thunderstorms. I think it'll be out of here by about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It'll be more early to mid-afternoon. And then by the evening hours, that is it for the rain. We start a stretch beginning late Saturday through all of next week of these hot, dry days. So a 30% chance of that isolated to scattered shower, an isolated thunderstorm to a few scattered showers tomorrow. We dry things off Sunday. Notice how temperatures are back into the mid-90s. Enjoy those 80s you've got working for you here for your Friday. And then Monday, 4th of July, that's when temperatures are going to crank more to the maybe even triple digit mark, okay? It's going to be a really hot 4th of July. Latest model runs as far as the accumulations goes, line right up about a half to an inch and a half of rain. An isolated spot upwards of 2 inches plus is possible. And I think that's why the National Weather Service is keeping the flash flood watch in effect for Harris County, Liberty County, Fort Bend, Wharton, and all of our coastal counties, just with the idea of maybe a low-lying area picking up an isolated amount a little too much. Otherwise today, a 50% chance for a few scattered showers to those isolated thunderstorms could create some quick downpours, but temperatures in the 80s pretty much for everyone because of the cloud cover. So hopefully we ring out some of those drops. I saw a lot of your posts on my Facebook page and on Twitter this morning saying, you didn't get a drop. You're in spring, you didn't catch a drop. I know finally Humble and Atascocita got a nice little drenching this morning, but yesterday I know you stayed dry. Katie, you were dry this morning, so I saw a lot of you posting saying, where's the rain for our neighborhood? It was really hit and miss this morning, I'll tell you. By tomorrow, rain chances drop, temperatures are back into the 90s, and then next week, notice after the 4th of July, the first week of July is going to come in hot, not out of the question Tuesday or Wednesday. We could have some triple digits in a few of our neighborhoods as we keep it mostly dry. I'll leave you with a last look at the radar. I know some of you are watching this morning, and it was all eastbound. In fact, since we've got a little bit of time on this live stream, I'm going to take our radar loop and show you over the past, let's see here. You know what I'll do? I'll show you over the past 12 hours and kind of pause this, and I'll show you where we got into a little bit of problems with areas east of town. So let me pause this and I'll show you when it kind of materialized. Watch this. So this was about 3, 4, there's 6 o'clock. So now I'll zoom on in and show you. Look at this. It's 6:14:15 this morning, right along the East Loop. This is where we were seeing those really heavy downpours. It linked right into the Gulf Freeway. So this was the area that we were looking at some of those rain accumulations, and about an hour of 2.5 inches of rain. And then over about a 2-hour period, it was closing in on about 4 or 5 inches. I mean, really heavy, heavy rain all along the east side. That was at about 6:15 this morning. And now, since then, it kicked off to the east, and that is out of here. So now a live look at the radar, big picture here. It's pretty much all kicking off to Louisiana. And the only really showers and thunderstorms that now we're tracking that'll be additional rain over the next couple of hours is offshore. A lot of this will stay right along the coast. Some of this will probably drift over 45 and then to I-10 eastbound. But otherwise, the story will be how dry we stay on the west side. So from Columbus to Katy, potentially even a lot of Fort Bend County into Wharton County, especially Walker County, Waller County, and portions of San Jacinto, Polk County. Now, once you head into Liberty County and east of the Texas-Louisiana border, this is where the heaviest rain is probably going to stay for the majority of the day. So again, about a half to an inch and a half of rain possible here for today. And then starting tomorrow, most of these rain chances really wind down. I hope you West Siders, you pick up a little bit. We are going to keep you posted here on khou.com, on our social platforms as well. Hope you have a great Friday and a safe 4th of July.